Hi. Welcome back, or welcome. And I had this thought go through my mind a couple days ago, and I just wanted to put it out there because I don't think people realize that. Okay, so when I was told that there was something suspicious on my CAT scan, that's what threw me into a tailspin. Okay, that's what wrecked my life and really knocked me on my butt. Okay. And so I just want to talk about some things that were said to me. And I know it was all within good intentions, most of it. Some of it came from an actual provider. He's a doctor. I think he's a pulmonologist. I'm not 100% sure. But he has videos on YouTube about lung cancer screening. And things other people have said to me. And I just want to put it out there, things that go through somebody's mind when they hear what I heard, and maybe give you a different perspective on why we react the way we do. Okay, so the that I had, the first test, is called a lung cancer screening, which I do believe that everybody should have that. Okay, if you qualify. I mean, not everybody, because if you're a non-smoker and you don't fit the criteria, obviously you don't need that. But somebody who smoked or has been exposed to known carcinogens and reaches that other criteria that your doctor will discuss with you, okay, you should go ahead and get it done, because knowledge is power, and early findings are definitely better than later findings, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. But the actual title of it is lung cancer screening. Okay, so that it's got that C word in it. It's got the C word in it. So yeah, when something shows up on there that is suspicious, that's the first thing you're going to think. So that provider who made the comment on 2 separate videos, that the first thing somebody thinks is, oh, it's lung cancer. Yeah, because that's what we're looking for, right? That's what you're looking for. So yeah, that's the first thing that goes through your mind. When you take a pregnancy test, if it shows something positive, you must be pregnant. Okay? I mean, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a rocket scientist, but I know what cancer means, and I know what positive means, and I know what suspicious means, okay? So all those things together, yes, that's the first thing that's going to go through your mind, and it's devastating, all right? It's devastating. Even if you expect it, it is devastating. And I personally had not suspected it because I don't have any cancer symptoms. The only symptom that I have is my fatigue, and I'm dealing with that probably not in the most healthy way, because I got to watch my caffeine intake. But there are other things I'm doing which are irrelevant to this video. So you can't get upset with somebody who's afraid that they have cancer when you sent them to a cancer screening and it comes up that something's there, okay? And that term suspicious, I understand why they use it, but let me tell you, if somebody suspicious comes in my house or goes up to my car or near my body, I'm going to react pretty aggressively, okay? I'm going to scream, I'm going to yell, I may grab something and hit them, I'll be dialing 911. There's a lot of things I'm going to do if a suspicious person comes up to me. So when you tell me I have a suspicious growth in my body, but we're going to sit and watch and wait, that doesn't make sense to a normal person, that you sit and watch and wait. Okay, because I'm not going to wait for somebody to stab me before, you know what I mean? If they look like they're suspicious, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to do something. So it feels like, although I rationally understand it, it feels like we're just kind of waiting. It sounds very passive. It sounds very nonchalant to something that feels life-threatening. And that's very frustrating. And that's where I feel like my doctor personally fell short in reassuring me that this is the proper protocol, okay? And it's taken me weeks, probably a month and a half now, maybe 2 months, to figure out why, in my situation, that's the best move. And it was not from my doctor, I guarantee you that. It was sorting through all the crap on the internet, okay? And this is another reason why I'm putting it out there, is because, you know, I know I can't be the only person that feels this way, and they tell, oh, don't go looking on the internet. Well, what other source do I have? Because Ray's not a doctor. My friend Janice isn't a doctor. I don't have any doctors in my family. I do have a nurse. My mother-in-law, she's actually my ex-mother-in-law. She's a nurse, and she's been amazingly helpful. Okay, but most people, when you tell them what I've experienced and what I'm going through, they're going to react emotionally too, and they're going to want to try to, they're going to try to calm you down and reassure you. Okay, so I'm not faulting people for saying things like, it's probably nothing, which it may be nothing. I don't know yet, you know, I'm just sitting here waiting. And like I said, my one friend, I mentioned this in another video, she said, figure out worst case scenario. And she also said to me, your doctor is not going to sit and wait. If you're in a life-threatening situation, they will do something. They are not going to let you die, okay, because of malpractice, which, you know, she said those two things, make a plan, which I had already done, right? And she said that, and a little light bulb flashed in my head, and it's like, yeah, he's not going to risk a lawsuit by letting me die because he doesn't want to take care of me, okay? Or he doesn't have, whatever, you know? So there is a logical, clinical explanation of why in my situation, okay? I want to make that very clear, because this is a very broad disease, starting out with something that's highly curable to totally incurable, okay? And you need to find out what is going on exactly for you, okay, if you're in my situation. But this is where I am. So yeah, but you can't tell somebody, it's so sad, I hate to say that you can't, because it's the first impulse. You know, oh, it's probably nothing. Well, what if it is something? Are you going to feel stupid? Are you going to feel like you know, you said the wrong thing? Because I know intentions were not that way. You know, just ignore it. It'll go away. That kind of thing. Nobody's saying that, but people are saying, you know, things that could be wrong. My brother-in-law died of cancer. He had lung cancer. His was really bad. I mean, when he found it, the tumor was in his chest. It was kind of like right here. And that sucker was the size of a baseball. He didn't even know he had it. He thought he had pneumonia, and he went to the emergency room, and that's where they found it. And it was literally like baseball size. It was actually pushing his windpipe over a little bit. And so he started treatment and all that. And this was a professional that said this to him and my sister. They said they had a young child at the time. I think he was like 12. No, he was younger than that. He was like maybe 10 or 11, maybe even only 9. He was young. He wasn't even in middle school yet, I don't think, or just early middle school. And they said, oh, you're going to see your son graduate. Well, that didn't happen. That man died within 2 years after that. And it was devastating. They gave him a false hope. So you don't want to give somebody a false hope and then come to find out that it's not going to be the way that you had implied that it would be. Okay? You don't want to do that. But I think for me, because this one particular woman, this is just for me, okay? I know everybody's different. I'm just telling you what works for me. And if it works for you, then that's good. If it doesn't, at least maybe I'm hoping I can give you some insight. But this one particular woman is very logical, very straight to the point. And of course, she's removed from it. She's not emotionally connected from it. And she is the kind of person who can say, look, what is, you know, A, B, C, D, what are the facts, and what are we going to do about it? You know, and So if you have the capacity to do that, and I'm passing that along, okay, because she gave it to me, so I'm giving it to you, then that's what you could do for somebody who's in my situation. But if not, then just say, I'm so sorry, you know, I don't know what to say. It's okay to say, I don't know what to say. It's okay to give them a hug if that's the kind of person you are and they are. It's okay. Is there anything I can do for you? You know, it might be just a matter of, because like I had shared in another video, my girlfriend, my very best girlfriend when I was a child, she had cancer, and of course I was a little kid, so I didn't know anything. And when I had time to spend with her, we were just little kids, and maybe that's all you need to do is be a friend, you know, to this person, and carry on and do the normal things that you do. If you play cards every Friday night, keep playing cards. If, you know, you guys like to go shopping together or play pool or go dancing, or, well, dancing may be hard if that person doesn't have any energy, but you know what I'm saying. Just keep doing what you normally do, okay? Don't break the routine and sit there and mope with somebody unless that's really what's necessary. And maybe it is. Maybe you just need to close your mouth, not say anything, and let that person spill their guts out to you until they're got everything out. And then, you know, carry on, because this is watchful waiting. And, you know, here's another thing. Like, I talked about a pregnancy test just a second ago, but this popped into my mind too. This is like waiting to have a baby. Only the difference is, most of the time, having a baby is a good and joyous event. And we know, you know, most pregnancies end in a beautiful little baby that we know and love, and we get to watch grow up, and, you know, our family grows and we're happy. This is kind of the opposite. This is like watching a little monster grow and waiting to find out if it's going to eat you alive, you know, but we have to watch and wait. And we don't know when and where and how and all this kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, it's like a pregnancy in reverse. It's horrible. It's horrible. And that's how I feel. Like there's this little gremlin in my lung just chomping away, you know. That's how I feel some days. And so even though my day-to-day attitude is better than it was a couple months ago, every single day, multiple times throughout the day, this thing is nagging at my brain. And it's not going to go away. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not going to go away. It's just like every day you think about the things that you normally do to stay alive, okay? Do I need to eat something? Okay, do I need to take a breath? Do I need some water? Do I need to get out of the rain? All these things. I know rain comes periodically, but this is something that is on my mind constantly. It is there. I'm not even going to bother to try to tell it to go away. It's going to be there. But what I am trying to do is turn my perspective into a more positive one, okay? Because there's so many unknowns at this time, and just continue not just living my life, but to give my life purpose, which I could say more about living a life with purpose, but I'll hold that for something else. But I am thinking about my life and living as with purpose right now. So on my channel, I'm sharing this. This is part of my purpose right now, because I don't see stuff like this for people in my situation. Our situation, maybe? Are you in my situation? I'm not seeing that. So it's something that obviously needs to be discussed, and nobody's talking about it because it's irrelevant, and there's a stigma for smokers and all this different stuff. Okay, we need to quit that. We need to talk about it. We need to take care of each other. We need to love each other, and we need to help each other out. And that's why I'm here. Okay, so that's my one purpose. And I have others, but I'm hoping that I helped you out a little bit today. Thank you.